Hi there and welcome back. In this video we are going to do our next drawing exercise number 8, and as usual we have 3 objects for each exercise. Here we have A, B, and C. Particularly in this drawing exercise, A and B, we are going to explore, or not actually explore because we have already discussed it, but rather we are going to use the revolve tool. And recall that we use this revolve tool whenever we have something like symmetrical around an axis. So let's say we want to draw this figure and we have this cross section. If we cut here or make a section cut, then what we see is a cross section of this shape or dimensions. And if we revolve this around this axis, then we can actually draw this shape. Then we just add some slots and also the holes here. So that's the application of this revolve command. And for drawing exercise B, we also have revolve command and some combination of the other tools that we have learned already. And in the drawing exercise HC, we are going to explore another 3D command called the slice command. So basically we're just slicing some portion from this 3D object. Okay, so now let's do the drawing for this drawing exercise A. Okay, so first thing is to analyze the object first. So what's given here is the dimension of the cross section. Okay, so first we are going to draw the dimension and then at some distance from an axis and then revolve that, and recall that the revolution must be, the axis of revolution must be along the z-axis. So take note of that. Okay, and then after we revolve that, then we add this holes here and slots, and the dimension is this, so 5 and 7.6, and we have 2 times of that. And for the holes we have 8 unit diameter and 3 times, that means we have hole here, and hole there. Okay, so first I'm going to draw this profile. Okay, so changing my UCS and turning my ortho mode on. So I'll select this is my X, this is my Y, so automatically this is my Z axis, or maybe the other way. So change the UCS again, so origin, and then this is the X and Y. Okay, so next, polyline, make a polyline, or maybe just a line. That's okay. So line, so I click line or execute the line command and then specify first point. So the first point, I'm going to start here, so I'm going up 28.75. so we don't have this dimension yet, so just 28.75 and then 45 in this direction. Okay, so 28.75 and then 45. Okay, so what else? I think it's the same. We just have to draw this. So line again, 28.75 and this. Sorry, 45, and then 28.75. Okay, next one is you notice this distance. That means that you can use the offset distance. So from this point, from this line, offset 5 distance, and from this line, vertical line, offset 25 and 30. So instead of solving the distances here, we just have to offset because this distance is already given. So so offset 5. So I type O for the offset command, and then specify offset distance, put 5, and then select the object, and then select the direction. Okay, next is offset distance 25. So press enter again for the offset distance, so 20, 25, then select object, then select the direction. Okay, again 20 offset distance of 30, then select the object, and there we go. Okay, so next is, I think this is 5, so maybe this is, since there's no dimension, maybe we'll just use 5. Okay, so now is I'm going to make a polyline. So starting here, polyline, and then intersection. So I'll just type int for the intersection. Just that's the shortcut. Then type close. Okay, so that's our profile. So what's left is the chamfered portion here. So maybe use a distance of 5. So chamfer, then specify distance first, right? Distance, and then let's just write 5 and 5 because it looks like 45 degrees. So that's it, and then this one. Okay, so you notice that this is already a polyline, so that means that we can revolve it, or when we revolve it, then we can get it solid. Okay, next one is specify a distance of 30. So 30 from an axis to this. So I'll just make a line and then type 30. Okay, so now I think I have to rotate this, so I'm going to change my UCS, or maybe later. So I'll change my UCS because the rotation would be along the z-axis. So change my UCS here, X and Y, and then revolve. So revolve command, or you can have here, maybe, where's that revolve command? Here. So in the solid tab we have revolve, so you can click that revolve command, select the object, and then press enter, then specify axis starting point. So axis starting point, that means it's a line. So first point of that axis or line of axis, and then specify the second point. So the second point is just anywhere, and then the default angle of revolution is 360, so that's a full circle. So we can just press enter, or maybe in some drawings maybe we just need less than 360, so that's also possible. Okay, so enter. Okay, so you'll notice here that it's different in terms of orientation, so we need to rotate this. Okay, so in the rotation is along the z-axis. So if I rotate this, it will just rotate in this plane, but I need to rotate it along the along this y-axis. So I have to change this y to the z-axis. So we can do that by pressing the home, I guess, home, or just the default. So you'll see here, here's our x, here's our y, and the z-axis. So rotate, so just type RO for the shortcut of rotate, select object, select base point. So the base point is just anywhere. Okay, so we are rotating about the z-axis, right? So that's our final position, or that's the position that we want. Okay, next is, let's draw these slots. The distance is 5 and then 7.6. So sometimes the 7.6, because that's not in the quadrant. So maybe if it's in the quadrant, that's gonna be 7. So change my UCS again. Right. So change the UCS and then draw the rectangular profile. Just 7 and then 5. Sorry, change the UCS. Okay, X along this direction and Y along this direction. So polyline, we have 7 and then 5, 7 and then close. And we notice here our distance is only up to this, or the slot distance from this face to that point only. So I'm going to move this. The midpoint must coincide with the quadrant. So extrude. So extrude command, select the profile, and then click up to which point? I think this point. Okay, so next is maybe we need an array, or just copy and then rotate. That's also possible. So copy, select base point, select next point. So it's just the same point that we choose because we just want to rotate it. So click. Okay, next step is to rotate. So type RO for the rotate. Select the object, press enter, and then select the base point, and the base point will be the center point. Okay, so I'm just typing the commands here, but actually you can see everything here. Okay, so rotate it negative 90 degrees, or you can just move around just move your mouse. So that's it. The next is we're going to draw this 8 unit diameter circle. So change the UCS once again. So UCS, select origin, then specify the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so I'm going to draw a circle here. It's in the midpoint, this quadrant to that quadrant. So circle. So type C for the circle, and then specify center point. So when you specify center point, you can just, or maybe you can just draw a line. So draw a line first from that quadrant to this quadrant. That's our line, right? So circle, and then now we can have this midpoint. So the diameter, so type D for the diameter, and type 8, and we are going to extrude this circle. So extrude maybe all the way to the center. Okay, so next or last step would be the array, but take note this is just 3 times, so that means we don't need the cylinder here at the bottom. So again, change the UCS because we can only rotate or array or revolve about the z-axis. So here's my UCS. So specify first point, x, y, and then z. Okay, so array, type AR for shortcut, or you can just find it here, AR. To select objects, press enter. Okay, select polar, then specify center, right? And then item, just maybe just write 4. Okay, what else? Associative, maybe we'll click that so that it will not combine. So enter. Okay, so right here, just delete. So that's our objects. So now let's do the subtract command. So you can use this subtract command, or type S. I think type SU. Then select objects. Select the object to be subtracted, right? And this is it. So select that, press enter, then select the objects for subtraction. So select this, select that, and select this. So there we go, and then we just have to remove all unnecessary objects, and then change the color of this. So properties, then maybe do that, and then view, or where was it, visual styles, visualize, sorry, visualize, and then select maybe realistic, or conceptual, or maybe this. Okay, so that's our object.